Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Once more we dive into our campaign to ruin the nations of Europe as the United Kingdom. Last time we had a fascinating fight against the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and, well, the war score says it all. They got decimated. However, honestly, there is a flip side to this. While I didn't lose a lot of ships, I have a lot of ships right now that are in repair. So, for the next 2 months, I reckon I should play it a bit more careful than usually. Then again, I eliminated over 70 ships, so they're not a big threat anymore. Talking about threats, however, do pay attention to this German warship here. 21 battleships, 35 cruisers. Oh dear. How many ships do the Germans even have? I saw this and I was like, oh my god. You know what? Let's take a look. German Empire, 225 ships and are building 22 more. Houston, we have a problem. We have a big problem. Especially if you consider I only have 128 ships. 15 of those ships will be removed from service when the new ones come in. So, yeah, of course, also, these 11s also get removed. So I'm gonna lose ships in the next couple of months. And the Germans outgun me 2-1. I'm actually considering keeping my battleships for a while longer, just in case. In the meanwhile, things are looking very good. Research: in 3 months we get the multiple expansion steam engine. And for the rest, just letting things do their own thing for now. So, yeah, let's end the turn and see if anything happens. The German fleet does scare me, by the way. A revolution! Awesome! The war continues, sure. Yeah, I want to be friends with the French for now. What's going on here? Will you collapse? Will you retire from the campaign entirely? That would be nice. I doubt that will happen, though. Still, a step in the right direction. Gotta keep an eye on it, though. I got an alliance with the French, and the French are at war with the Germans. If the French call me in, then I have no choice but to sally out with my fleets and face the Germans. So, with some luck, we might be looking at a new war very rapidly, very quickly. There we go. These ships had low crew, now they got a crew and they still got a repair. I find this a bit odd. You would expect the ships, you know, when they're in the dock, let them repair, even if they have like almost no crew members. I would assume, anyway, that I'm using specialized teams of engineers to repair my ships, and not the average sailor when the ship is in dock. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that part of the mechanic. Anyway, repairs are coming along nicely. Only have 5 battleships in repair. 3 more have been repaired from the looks of it. Yes. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was afraid of. And this is one of the things that I'm also frustrated about with this game. When you have a political decision like this, I need to be able to see the politics tab. I want to see what the current situation is. Because had I known that the French were at war with Germans, I wasn't quite sure at the time when I pressed accept. I don't think I would have accepted the alliance. yet. I would have liked to get my fleet up and running first, especially my dreadnoughts. Still, this time I will honor the alliance. Germans, you outgun me 2-1. But I have faith. I have faith I can get a victory here somehow. Let's see. Not much change. We got 40 million income a month. Let's assume we're gonna lose ships here. After all, we are at war with the German Empire. So, I want to build 10 more torpedo boats. 6 more light cruisers. That also replenishes the losses from the last war against the Austro-Hungarian Empire. This heavy cruiser is 6,000 tons. It's not the heaviest one I got. This is the heaviest heavy cruiser. Let me check. 6,000 tons. Can I do something better than that? Armored Cruiser 3 is 8,500 tons. Now this is something I can work with, I think. A new heavy cruiser to battle the Germans with. I like that idea. Let's make sure we got enough engine power for these ships. Let's see. You were 20 knots, the other one were even slower, so let's go for 22 knots. If possible. Best tower, yes please. Just out of curiosity. We could. How far can you go? Just out of curiosity, people. I just gotta try this. Main guns, centerline guns. Do you fit? No, of course you don't. But the 9-inchers... you don't fit here either. That is a shame. 8-inch? No, can't get the 8-inch working there. I just gotta try this. Ooh. What just... Yes. Look at that. Tower. How much further backwards can you go? The main gun's shooting over the primary tower like this. It's actually tempting. If these 7-inch guns were like, you know, Mark IIIs, yeah, I probably would have. Okay, let's go to a more classic design, shall we? And my heavy cruisers, we're facing a lot of German ships, including a lot of small ships, so I'm going with 9-inch guns, I think. So I'm keeping the guns more or less the same from its predecessors. Of course, more or less. Let's add 0.09 and 10% length. Main guns, check. Secondary guns, we have dual secondaries these days. In essence, I should upgrade my entire fleet right now. All my ships need secondary, dual secondaries. But right now, I'm gonna hold off on that until, you know, the situation at the front is a bit more, well, I would say stable, but, you know, when we know a bit more what we're up against. And, of course, it all depends on how the first engagements will go. I'm gonna go with... What is the definition of long range? 10 kilometers? 15? It doesn't really say, does it? Well, let's go with basic one for now. Increased shells, please. I got the feeling we're gonna run into a lot of engagements with fairly large fleets. And I would like to have enough shells for those. Now, armor. Let's go with a 10-inch main belt, a 7-inch main deck. No, that's a bit too much. Okay, 8 and 4. 8 and 4. Then a 2 front aft, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we have 600 tons to play around with. Increase you guys to 3. That is acceptable. To 4 works as well. Not quite. 4 deck, a bit less, a bit less. Also to balance the ship out. Bing. Look at that. 8,500, 5.5 million. A heavy cruiser. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 heavy cruisers, please. Okay, thank you. And yes, I know. Don't care. In the meanwhile, we got some old battleships. Delete design. Old light crew. Then, the Germans. What can we do about the Germans? Let's see what we can throw in against them. Ooh, look at that, an entire group ready for action. There is some Germans are going here. Let's intercept them with a smaller task force. There's a German task force here. Let's try to intercept them as well. 6 cruiser group. And 1 heavy cruiser here. Okay, let's block Dover off with some of my heavy cruisers. Battleship group. You're going to the North Sea. We're going to put a lot of firepower there, in the hope to get a semi-decisive clash with the German Navy. Let's see, do we have anything else that I want to use? No. No, not right now, of course. Gotta remember, I'm still at war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Blah. So we can't pull those ships out. Right. Let's see. I'm only building 6 light cruisers right now. I want to improve that. Get me 7 more. Yeah, that's more like it. 51 ships under construction. Still gaining 17 million, of course. I'm gonna lose quite a bit of money when the repair bills start coming in. Do we want to change the research up a bit? No, not this turn. And then the question is, of course, yes, we got 3 meetings. Oh dear. 14 minutes in, 3 meetings. Let's see what we get, people. This could be interesting. But it's 200 million. You know what? I can take a 200 million loss. But will 30 be enough? Will it be enough? Let me think about this for a moment. The thing is, I got plenty of money to spare right now. And even if I don't get an alliance with this, the Italians can use this money to boost their economy and build a larger fleet. And I can hopefully get an alliance. Ah, perfect! With some luck, they will join me in the war against Germany. Now, let us see. We have a engagement versus a fairly large group of German battleships. Fortunately, I think my group is about equal in size. Let's see. 11 force, 12 inchers. So we have at least 12.4, 12.6. So we have 3 classes of German battleships around. What was their speed? 18 knots. Are all 18 of almost 18 knots. Okay. You know what? We're going in. So, the first battle of the Second War against the Germans. And the game has loaded in, ladies and gentlemen. The first battle of the Second War against the German Empire. Look at this. 23 battleships, 36 heavy cruisers, 48 light cruisers, 45 torpedo boats. Man, that's a lot. And sadly, unlike last time, I will not have a large heavy cruiser group to rely on. I do have plenty of light cruisers and torpedo boats for my personal spotting preferences. However, both groups will not be able to last against the Germans. I do have an advantage in battleships. 1. So, yeah. I'm outgunned. And it's gonna be a tricky fight, I think. Let's find out, shall we? We clicked start the battle. Now is the question. Yes, it did load in eventually. Oh my. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the recording here and set up my fleet. Hopefully get rid of half the divisions. It will be a nice screenshot though, let's face it. There we go. Cute. And horrible to get rid of. Right, pausing the recording. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have redeployed the fleet. Or well, we're in the process of redeploying. And I am very happy that there is no friendly ramming damage. Let's put it like that. This has got to be the worst deployment ever. Look at that. We're bringing order to chaos. Some proper battle lines. Formidable. Magnificent. Start a turn. 3rd Division as well. 4th Division as well. Torpedo boat group will go that way. And this light cruiser group will form the outer flank for now. My main goal right now is to keep my escort ships alive. I'm going to count on my battleships to take the majority of the hits, while my light cruisers and torpedo boats remain in the rear, or at least remain out of danger for the time being. Slowly my fleet is moving out. The last ships getting into formation, the heavy cruisers that will form the rear guard of my fleet. I'll turn the speed down a bit so I can actually move, because you wouldn't believe how laggy the game currently is compared to what I'm used to. I fully admit this is the first time ever I'm facing so many ships. I never even tried to get so many ships in a single battle. The Empress of India doing 18 knots right now. Got keep an eye on her. Last time she was the sole reason my entire formation fell apart. Okay, 5 times. Oh, you can just feel the sluggishness of the game right now. In a way, I love it. Torpedo boat, you're going a bit too far for my liking. Let's turn in. Torpedo boat group 2, do the same please. Light cruisers, turn in. And yeah, I was about to say, where is my last torpedo boat group? Turn in. Enemy has spotted me. They have seen my battleships. So, the game begins. My escort ships are all on my right flank. I'm keeping them in reserve for this game. The rear guard of my fleet is several heavy cruisers that are being a bit silly right now. However, I think if I turn evasion off, they will start moving. I'm expecting enemy fire any moment now. They even spotted the Empress of India. She's over there. So basically my entire battleship line has been spotted by the enemy. At least the first 2 lines. And they lost sight again. Oh, okay. Let's speed things up again. Heavy cruisers, come on. I'm not gonna end the battle. Don't be silly. Surely the enemy is not disengaging. If they are disengaging, I would be annoyed. Yes. Let's turn in a bit with my battleships. Still hearing the ramming sounds. Oh, look at that. One of my battleships is taking fire. Sadly, I cannot see anything, so torpedo boats, move in. That's what you're for, after all. My light cruisers are slowly getting into formation here. Not too far with you guys. Thank you very much. You can go a bit further. Stop ramming each other. Ugh. That sound of those cruisers. Come on, knock it off. Bang, bang, bang. Come on, Germans, don't tell me you're running away. I would be slightly disappointed if that was the case. First and foremost of all, because I spent a long time setting up my fleet. Fortunately, it appears we found the enemy. Of course, now the torpedo boats are ramming into my battleships. Looks like we found the enemy right flank. Enemy left flank, I should say, pardon me. Whoa, how did you get there? Don't tell me. We have very bad weather. Look at the firepower. And look at all of the missing. It's impressive, you gotta admit. I mean, if you miss hard, right? Battleships, please start turning. Third battleship group, go there. Fourth one can maintain that course. Yeah, sure. Torpedo boats, dodge. I'm gonna lose a lot of ships this day. Enemy heavy cruisers, that would be nice. Something sank. The Laven's torpedoes got blown up. Same with the Quail. Yeah, those ships are out for the time being. Battleships, Jesus, don't let that cruiser come so close. What the hell, man? Die Zaringen should have been dead ages ago. My God. There we go. Now, I don't even want to look here at all the friendly fire that's happening, because it's insane right now. Even for my standards. Torpedo boats fall back a bit. You're the last torpedo boat of this group, okay. Light cruiser. Turn. Battleships, turn please. Magnificent. Turn a bit more in. Enemy torpedo boats in between my cruisers and battleships. That is annoying. However, so far the battle has been going decently. One of my torpedo boat groups got utterly screwed over. I've no other words for it. They got hit pretty hard. However, the enemy lost several light cruisers and torpedo boats, and even a heavy cruiser in return, so not unhappy. I really wonder about the weather. The weather is really frustrating me right now. Look at when I detected this torpedo boat. It's insane. They can sneak up on me. Normally I wouldn't mind that much, but you know, the enemy has like a ton of escort ships they can do this with. My heavy cruisers finally realized they gotta move. Although they're moving at 16 knots. Okay, another enemy down. This light cruiser. No, in fact, Weymouth. You will detach. Congratulations. You just become my forward spotter. The Empress of India. Why did you reject? I give up. The Empress of India has a mind of her own. She does things that I literally do not understand. What I do understand is that another engagement has ended. The Germans are not in pursuit right now. Or they're sneaking up on me again and I don't know. Either way, full speed ahead, please. Light cruisers will start a turn, except you. And battleships as well will turn to the east. Whoa! I believe I found the enemy. And the enemy found me. Oh dear. And that was the end of a light cruiser. Look at the fire going in and out. Oh, it's insane. You belong to this group, right? Yeah. These light cruisers, holding pattern, please. They gotta form up again. Let's see, Intrepid actually managed to pull out. I am impressed. Weymouth might as well start her own smoke screen. These torpedo boats... Okay, yeah, that's good. We have enemy torpedo boats closing in at my heavy cruisers. That's fine. They can take care of those. The battleship divisions, in the meanwhile, will turn back to the northeast. At least the first two. And there is the third one. And the fourth one is pretty much not engaged yet. The first torpedo squadron, slightly damaged from the first engagement. Ooh, that had to hurt. I can imagine that trying to aim right now at the ship would be horrible due to all the splashes of water around it. At a certain point, having less guns shooting at a target, at least in real life, was a bit better, because you could actually see what you were shooting. I know some nations tried to use paint in their shells as well, so you could see, you know, orange splashes, red splashes, all that sort of thing, so you could identify what gun fired and where the shell landed, but we don't have that here, I think. Would be funny. Okay, close up that tab, please. My scout ship. Do your duty for God, King and Country and scout. The 5 inches of my battleships are going crazy right now. My heavy cruisers finally caught up with the rest of the fleet, as the rest of the fleet is sailing back. Oh, I'm taking so much friendly fire here as well, I think. And accidental fire, probably even worse. This division may form up in the rear. Torpedo boats may start moving in. This light cruiser group, I told you to go in a holding pattern for a while. I want you to fall back now. My main objective, of course, would be to sink the enemy battleships, but I doubt I'll be able to get a chance for the time being. There are just too many escorts, and, well, we just can't see anything. And that is the biggest issue. I just can't see the enemy battleships. So I gotta punch through those escort ships first. Another heavy cruiser goes down, the Coronel in this case. I think that's the second time I killed a ship of her name. And the Princess Wilhelm is down as well. Very good, very good. These first battleships, however, are taking hits after hits. Nothing too seriously, though, for the time being. Enemy is charging in my rear. Should be fine. These poor light cruisers. Ooh. Oh my. Okay. Battleship, turn a bit away. You may turn a bit in. You belong to that division. Where are my other battleship groups? There is one. And I think... no. There. There's the Royal Oak. So... oh, there you are. You guys can move in a lot. These torpedo boats, please rejoin the formation. My light cruiser, doing its duty in finding some light enemy ships. The battle continues, ladies and gentlemen. However, 40 minutes have passed. Of course, I'm going to cut away a few bits at the start of the battle, but I'm going to end this episode relatively quickly here. So, to make this a two-parter, because, man, a lot is happening. Boom. Another ship gone. In the rear, in the meanwhile, there is a fight against some heavy cruisers that ran into my light ships. Let's see if we can finish these 3 ships that we see right now. That's 1 and 2. And 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the first part of the battle has ended. Let's see if we can find the enemy once more in the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you next time, where we continue this massive massacre of the German Navy. So far, the Germans have done 18k damage, mostly done by close-range 4-inch guns. Me, on the other hand, my fleet has done 141k damage, mostly due to my, let's see, 11-inch guns. Yeah, my 11-inchers are rocking right now. Although, look at my 5-inchers. They have been doing quite well as indeed. Of course, my 5-inchers are the guns on my light cruisers and secondaries on my battleships. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.